Hi guys, I'm going to welcome you back to another prototyping video. Today I have finished, and I believe this is the final version I'm going to have, minus a few tweaks in the survival version of this. But I believe that this finally works the way I'd like it to. It has been a little bit of a time since I've worked on this, but finally it is, I believe this would be functional. So there's a lot that goes on here, and it's not complicated, but it's just a lot of different pieces working together, a very basic redstone. So first of all, I've got some very annoying rail configurations here, and they're not that fun to work with, but when you go to make it, you just have to do that. It's a little annoying, but it works because it allows the cart to actually rotate 4 times around technically, and it made it a little bit easier than trying to get it to actually, come back over here, which would have been a little bit more confusing to configure. So the design has changed from the last version because I was trying to use pistons and controlling the player a little bit differently, and you'd actually end up dying from suffocation over the course of AFKing the farm. I don't think that's very efficient. I think that's very bad. So you no longer die when you're using the farm, as well as there's no water, there's no crazy stuff, there's just very simple redstone. So the campfire array actually has a bit of a change to it. So this carpet on top of it is actually doing two things. First of all, it's giving us the widest amount of access to this campfire, both on the side and above it. So, trapdoors would remove another pixel, and slabs would reduce even more. So we're able to use this pretty freely. So when you go to AFK, you don't have to be exact about where you're aiming. So the second thing is it's also reducing the smoke, not significantly, but significantly enough because it's keeping it mostly below eye level when you're going through here. So I think that helps with frame rateage a little bit, though I can't really be for sure about that. I was trying to place all this glass, but somehow the smoke goes through the glass, so the slabs are here to stop it at the ceiling level. Now, when you're actually sitting on the minecart here, you're actually going to rotate these rails to the direction you're going to go in, but you're not going to affect them when you're going out. So it's completely easy, clean redstone. Very simple redstone here. Just, activate that. You go the way it says. So it inverts this only when you're going on it, and then when you're going to the next one, no problem. So once you've done that 8 times, and about 6 furnaces through, the first one will start dropping its items. When they drop their items, the carpet's actually there to stop it from sending the items up into the next block, as well as keeping it below to where the minecart can collect it. And if anything wants to go in a random direction, it can actually fly left and right, and it has free access to drop in front of and behind the campfire. But the player won't have to worry about picking up the kelp, which has been a big problem in some of my designs. And it's also big enough that you won't have to worry about that anyway. Now, all of the redstone that controls basically all of the function is actually back here. There is a simple clock right here that if you were coming by and planting all this kelp, plant some kelp right here and place some to cook. This is going to activate just a little bit after that has started to cook, although I did add that a little bit late, so that probably won't end well. Is that not fire? Okay, there it goes. So once this goes through a stack of items, it's going to send all the minecarts out. They're going to start collecting all the items. And as you can see, they've landed on all the right spots for that. And they should be going right now. And this comparator clock is going to hold all of the droppers to send all the items that are in it out. Now, the only downside to this is that 51 items are going to be held in this after that shuts off, but that's okay because it is completely empty right now, as you can see. And then it's going to fill up to 51. Well, if I had put kelp in there. If I'd AFK'd the entire time. So, I think that this is a really good design. A 128 furnace array would actually use about 4 stacks of hoppers, and not everybody has, 3 or 4 stacks of iron blocks laying around. So I think that this is a little bit on the cheaper side. It's pretty efficient, and I like the way it works. So I'm going to be using this in a survival series soon, and I think that that is a good reason to have this. AFKing your kelp farm and making kelp at the same time just seems like a cool bonus. It seems like a really good reason. I don't have to worry about fuel or lag from hoppers or anything else like that, because if you've ever made a kelp farm, they're super laggy. They break a lot of particles and blocks and pieces everywhere. So the lag that produces, I wanted to reduce that as best as I could, and I think that this furnace array is going to do just that. So this is complete. I'm going to have some small touches, which I will discuss in the survival world, but for right now, this is complete. If anybody wants a lightmatic of this, let me know, and I will release that in my schematics folder upon completing this in the survival world. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.